All right, our third and final video here for expanded to exponential form, continued more. We have a combination of both whole numbers and variables in expanded form, which we'll write in exponential form. So the first thing I noticed in this first example is 4 times 4 times x times x times x times y times y. So we're going to start with our whole numbers 4. There's 2 of them, so we would write that as 4 to the second power, or 4 squared. All right, and then the next we have 3 x's, so that would be written as x to the third power, because remember, x, there's 3 of them, so x to the third, or you could also say it as x cubed. So then we have our last value, which is variable of y, and there's 2 of them, so that's also to the second power. So we can read this as 4 squared, x cubed, y squared, or you can read it as 4 to the second power, x to the third power, y to the second power. Example 2, we have a -2 times -2 times -a times -a times -a. So first we'll start out with our numbers -2. There's 2 of them, and they both have negative signs, so we're going to write that -2 inside parentheses. And since there was 2 of them, we're going to put it to the exponent, or to the power of 2. And then we have -a, and it also has a negative sign in front of each of the a's, so we're going to put -a inside parentheses, and this time there's 3 of them, so that exponent power is 3 on the outside. So inside parentheses -2 squared, inside parentheses -a cubed. All right, and the third and final example, we have a negative sign in front of 3 times -c times -c times -d times d. So we're going to break this up and do them one at a time. So the negative sign for the 3 is just out front, so no parentheses are involved. So -3 times 3, so there's 2 of them. So we're going to do -3 squared, no parentheses. For the c, -c and -c, they both have negative signs, so this does go inside of parentheses. And there's 2 of them, so that would be to the second power. And then for the d, there's only 1 negative sign in the very front of the first one, so no parentheses for it. -d, and then there's 3 of the d's, so that would be to the third power. So we have -3 squared, parentheses, -c, inside parentheses squared, and times -d to the third power. So you could read this as the opposite of 3 squared, -c squared, the opposite of d cubed, or you could just read it as it is, -3 squared, -c squared, -d cubed, but you need to know that these parentheses mean something different than when there's not any.